Welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, I was reasoning with a subscriber and him asked me, say, Sir P, why so much entertainers I get caught up in a badness and constantly I see them I get locked up and in a station, in and out of prison and all them foolishness there. So I'm going to address that topic today. People, before we go into it, there's some foundation more and lay, so that's further on into the story, it all makes sense. Understand this. In everything, there's usually balance, right? See, even though some people might be born into certain circumstances that look real bad and look real shaky and, you say, boy, they're unfortunate, there's usually some balance. There's something that they've been given to help them get out of that situation. I say that because poor people, ghetto people, whatever you want to describe it, are usually the most talented people on earth. Anywhere you go in the world, whether it's the favelas in Brazil, whether it's the slums in Johannesburg, whether it's Kingston, Jamaica, right? Poor people, ghetto people, are usually the most talented people anywhere you go in the world. See, it's like this. Alright, you people over here, so who not go born in that community? This community is going to be poor and undeveloped. But you what? You over here, so me gonna make you can dance good. You over here, so you can sing good. You go be a comedian. You go can sew. You go can dress. You go can design. Right? Full of talent. That's not even up for debate. Ghetto people, poor people are just full of talent. Right? Anybody who can't display talent because they just search street or them run down somebody else to one. Right? But full of talent. I say that as it relates to the artists. Now, most artists come from either some so-called garrison or a low-income background, middle class at best. Most artists. Now, understand this. Youths who come from this background, they do not aspire to be Michael Leachin. Let me say that again. Ghetto youths, inner city youths, garrison youths. And when we say ghetto and inner city, we're not even talking about just the Spanish town and the jungle. We're talking about any low-income neighborhood in Jamaica. Right? It can chew under the same umbrella. They do not aspire to be Michael Leachin. They do not aspire to be the man of the suit and tie on TV. They don't. See, when they come from certain communities in Jamaica, especially the highly acidic communities, the communities that are 1 and 2 on the pH scale, when they come from them place there, your idol, the person who inspire you, the person who you look up to, is usually a Don. Is usually a 90 octane or a well-rated 87. You look up to them, man, because from the idea you need and you have sense, you realize in your community, on your block, those were the people who had the money, power, and respect. Those were the people who get all the girl them. Those are the people who had nice clothes, and those are the people who were well respected and people took them serious. Ghetto youths aspire to be Dons. That's who them see. The very few who have a father might rate them father and look up to them father, but majority look up to the era leaders. That's who they want to be. Why am I saying this? Don't worry, people, it all makes sense. See, when said ghetto youth who grow up seeing that the Don, the era leader, is the man who get all the love, all the respect, the man who all the artists them talk about in a song, he aspires to be the same. But then suddenly get you realize, say, hold on, them kind of gifted us, you know, say me can DJ. Oh, watch out. Word that rhyme, non-stop. Word that rhyme, even though I'm not really going to school, but I'm just gifted with words. Wow, word that rhyme, left, right, and center. Give me the mic. Boss a tune. What the crowd that jump up, me talented. Ghetto youth is a star. He's a star. No, all of a sudden, he moved from just the little youth down the road to the big man on the block. Song a play on the radio. Everybody knowing. One time he used to have to call and pressure girl and run them down and all these things. Now all of a sudden them are run him down. All of a sudden him don't have to carry them on a date. Him don't have to promise them nothing, them just run off of him. So throw them panty off him. Him can't believe it, him a star. All of a sudden, it start down upon him. The people them love the Dan. So now, man and man start come run him. My boss, my general, my king, my lord. All of a sudden, youths are now looking up to him. See, the temptation is getting stronger. What temptation I'm talking about? The temptation to draw him into badness. See, him can easily buy a house outside of the community, right, and live there and be peaceful and safe with him family. But in his new community, uptown or in a Portland, for example, nobody now run back at him and call him my boss. Nobody now run back at him and call him my Dan. See, he craves the respect and the power that comes with being an era leader in an acidic community. He craves having the youth them run him or look up to him. He craves having the power. Send a man go do this, send a man go do that. And the more he does it, is the more he gets addicted, right? Just like somebody who is hooked on the white powder, right? And here's the sad part now. See, if he would just have a bigger vision, he could go on to conquer the world. As a matter of fact, even if he want to be a Dan, he could go on to be a 116. But get a youth, but Mr. Garrison Entertainer doesn't even have that much vision. He doesn't even aspire to be a 116 since a criminal he want to be. No, he wants to be a 90. He want to run off the block. See, he's talented enough to run off the whole Caribbean. He's talented enough to run off the whole world. But he wants to run off the block because the acidic community he was born in already limits his eyesight. And I'm not talking about the actual eyes when I'm in. I'm talking about his vision. Take for example, the shepherd. I've done a video on this before. And somebody actually reminded me about this today. Remember, the world shepherd could have gone on to become one of the richest men in Jamaica. Who remember that video I did about the shepherd and the Courtad link and that rum they were selling? Remember that video? My old subscribers remember that video. See, the shepherd and Courtad come up with a rum that out of nowhere took the market by storm. I've never seen a product, especially entering a market that is traditionally old school. But when I say old school, I mean the people who run it off are old-fashioned, old money people, right? I've never seen a product enter a market and get so much market share so quickly. But the shepherd, not having any vision, being as short-sighted as he was, being surrounded by the wrong people, being surrounded by LIQs, by a bunch of dummies, ended mashing up the link, ruining the link, because he had people in his ears who were thinking about running off the block. He had people in his ears whose goal in life, their end goal, was to control these ends. See, they could have run off the whole Jamaica. Them could have run off the whole region. Right? Them could have them rum on every shelf across the whole world. But the shepherd had man in his ears I tell him foolishness and mash up the link. Right? And now he's nothing more than just a DJ. At what, 50 odd years old, he's still just a DJ. Could have been a highly successful and wealthy, not rich, but wealthy entrepreneur. See, the shepherd, when you listen to the voice tape, the voice notes about the shepherd, this is a man who was surrounded by complete dummies. He was surrounded by dummies because those dummies come from the same acidic environment that he came from. Can you imagine being the biggest, the hottest artist in a country and you're jumping on the phone, arguing with man and getting advice from man about missing shoes? And to make things worse, you're getting advice from a grown man named Problem Child. Yo, Problem Child, if the boy we and Lizard no bring back by X amount, yo boy, mama figure. What is wrong? This is a grown man. This is a grown man who should have been thinking about how he's going to conquer the entire Caribbean, how he's going to conquer Europe and North America with him rum. But he was too busy, stuck in his acidic mindset that was established in him from the acidic community he came from. Arguing with man, one war man, over shoes, and look where him there. I'll give you another example. The DJ whose son behind bars now. See, I know somebody who frequents that community, and that person would always tell me, say, every time him go around there, he doesn't live around there anymore. Every time him go around there, he would see the DJ's son on the corner, a link with certain man. And he used to always think to himself, where this youth are doing here, so a link with them type of man there. It can only mean trouble down the road. And what do you know? The DJ's son, they're behind bars, and now the DJ can't fly back into the country. I'm talking about a mindset that is stuck in these youths, right? Even though they now have the financial ability to not only elevate themselves, elevate them family, and elevate them community, they can't shake it. They can't shake it, right? It's too far gone. It is entwined in their DNA. They are driven, they are motivated to go back to the same corner them come from, right? Start give the youth them this, start buy the youth them machine, start want to be 90 octane, and next thing you know, here comes trouble. Here comes trouble, just like Chronic say, right? And this is not new, by the way. If you go way back in the day, none of these old school dancehall artists where people big up all the time, them man, there was real 87 in a real life, you know. This is not new, you know, right? When you go back to the days that a man like the Super Cats and them man, you know, the Ecamos, those men were 87s in a real life, you know. A lot of those men were talking about things that them actually do in a real life. The intertwining of dancehall and badness is not new. It's always been like that. But even though they were given the talent to escape and to potentially take people with them, because their mind is already acidic, instead of building and developing and making people escape along with them, they then go back to where them come from to add fuel to the fire. People, I'm talking about culture and mindset. Culture and mindset, not money, because them have money, so money alone should make them escape. And notice, these artists, even though them have the money to make them pitney, get the best schooling that money can buy, even though them have the money if you can send them pitney go at this institution and turn them pitney that, most of them pitney end up just like them. Most of their kids end up walk like them, talk like them, look like them, end up in a jail like them. Same thing, you're like, why is this little boy not in some Ivy League school? Why is this little boy not doing this and doing that? No. Him end up behind bars just like daddy. It's a cycle. A vicious cycle. And let me tell you something, people. I want you to look at this as well. The reason why I focus on culture so much is because a part of this, right, when you hear artists behave certain way and do certain things, understand somewhat they are responding to market forces, right? People do marketing and people do economics, no matter about market forces. Listen, if the market say we want shoes where tough and have iron at the top, that is what shoes makers will produce. If the market say we want hat we can block out the sun, SPS 50, that is what the hat makers will produce. But guess what? The Jamaican market says we want murder tune. The Jamaican market says we want your murder, we want your death, and we want your destruction. That is what the market says, and enough artists give to them. Enough of the things that when people say, oh, artists we are singing about that, the people them want to hear it. That's why. So it's not like say the people them immune to this. I am one of the few channels who call out the people them as well, because everybody go on like say the population are just this huge group of victims. No, people love foolishness. The same thing when you say artists put out of foolishness, guess what? People love it. People love it. Do not get it twisted, right? But if you look on even the whole females and the kerosene oil system, understand this, now people. There is no song, right? Because I'm going to show you now why youths from certain communities aspire for going to badness. There is no song called Engineer in Sheol. Can somebody play the song for me where say Engineer in Sheol? Play the song for me where say, teacher in Sheol. Play the song for me where say, truck driver in Sheol. Pharmacist in Sheol. News broadcaster in Sheol. Play me that song, you know? You can't play me that song, but me can play the song where say, gunman in Sheol. This is culture. Women want to hear that. People get excited. Women clap. Yeah, gunman to my hole, bad man to my hole. Until, of course, that gunman put them in a hole. Down a Dovecote. Now, we're supposed to block road and march and protest. Right? So, culture and mindset is what it comes down to. Not money. Because they have money. And when they get the money, you think the only way up, or the only way from here, is up. But no. They end up going out just like the regular 87 who never get any bus and who just broke like dog. They end up in the same jail cell. The successful, talented superstar artist with this whole heap of talent and whole heap of money end up in the same jail bar with the youth who was an eyeglass and a cuff and never work on day in barn. Think about that. So, culture and mindset, people. Acidity. This is why I talk about the things I talk about, right? So, when I hear people say, oh, well, just because the system is do them in out of her. Let me get Simple Simon to come deal with that party.
Yo, the man them innocent. The man them nothing. No artist never mix up in no badness yet. I lie them a tell. The system a fight the youth and through the system bad mind. I lie them a tell. Nothing no go so.
Here's the reality, people. In the 60s, 70s, 80s, big part of the 90s as well. Most of the machine them were end up when I get the youth's hands were given to them by politicians from both sides, PNP and GLP. However, the youth them start figure out how to make them own money. The youth them figure out how to start bringing them own machine. Nowadays, in 2020, the man them who really are send machine get the youths them kill off each other are now entertainers. They are now jockeys. They are now man who live a fine, comfortable, send back pounds, US and Canadian for the youths them buy machine and kill off themselves. The ecosystem of crime in Jamaica now is being managed by people from the said communities, people who have been given a way out and have the ability to escape, have the ability to help others. Right, as me say, them that are foreign and make a bag of money, them can send back anything they want to send back. But now them rather send back machine. Them rather send back money to buy straps, to go lock ends. That is the truth, people. Right, of course, politicians will always be mixed up. But for the large part, for the most part, nowadays, they're not the ones, they're not the main issuers of machine in the hands of youths. Right, it's other youths who come from the community, get a bus. And instead of building something positive, instead of steering youth them down the right road, they want to be 90 octane. So the only so many people talk about, oh, the youths are not the money. Let me tell you something. Organizations like Klansman and Stone Crusher, them youths they all money in them hand with enough businesses in Jamaica never see from the day them born. Let me say that again. Some of the big gang organizations in Jamaica, your Stone Crushers and your Klansman and them youth there, Presidential Clique, them man they hold money in them hand with enough business owners, right, never see from the day them born. But what they do with that money, of course, buy a machine, buy this, death, destruction. Listen, people, I can go on all day. Culture and mindset, acidity. Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment and share the video. Bless.